Do you imagine that there is anything on your feet, or are they bare? They're bare. And you'll be able to speak loud and clear to me. And as you look down at those feet, you'll be able to tell whether they're young or old. And as you connect with your body, you'll have a sense as to how old you are. How old do you feel in that life?
13.
You're 13 years old? And do you sense that you have a female body or a male body?
Male.
You're a male. And what do people call you in that life? Just hear your name being called. What do they call you?
Yakin.
Yakin?
Yakin. Yakin.
Yakin. Yakin. I want you to look down at your feet once more and tell me, if you knew, what kind of ground are you standing on there? Is it sand? Is it stone? Is it pebbles? What is it?
It's stone.
It's stone. And tell me, what country do you live in there? It'll just be the first country that springs to mind.
Norway.
You're in Norway. Yakin, what are you doing there? Is it day or night where you are? Just say yes. It's daytime.
Vision.
And tell me that it's daytime.
Vision.
Repeat that.
Vision.
You're fishing. You're fishing. Very good. Tell me, Yakin, are you fishing alone or are you with others? You're fishing alone. Yakin, I want to know what year it is there, so in a moment I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead you'll see some numbers come to mind, and that'll be the year that you lived in Norway. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, what year is it there? 1292. And you're going to be able to speak very clearly to me now, Yakin. Yakin, look around and tell me, is this something that you do regularly? You go fishing? Why are you fishing? Is it for work or pleasure? You're fishing for food. And is this food just for you, or is it for others as well?
Family.
It's for your family. Tell me about your family. How many are there in your family?
3 siblings.
You've got 3 siblings. And your parents.
Parents.
And grandparents. And are you fishing for all of those?
Yes.
That's quite a responsibility, isn't it?
Yes.
It is, yeah. And you're going to be able to speak even louder to me now as your voice gets stronger and stronger. So tell me, Yakin, about your family. I want you to make your way towards your family, to the place that you live. So as you move forward now, drifting and floating through time and space, as you make your way towards the place where you live, I want you to stand outside of the place where you live and be there now. Describe this place where you live. What does it look like?
It's hot. In the forest.
It's hot and
Hot.
it's a hut.
In the forest.
It's a hut in the forest. And I want you to speak louder and clearer, Yakin. This hut in the forest, do you all live in that hut?
Yes.
Yeah? And tell me, how do you get on with your parents? Is it a good match? See your mother there. Describe your mother to me. She's got blonde hair. Tell me about your emotions when you see your mother. How do you feel towards your mother? Bringing those emotions forward now. Happy, content. You're happy and content. And as you look at your mother, I want you to look into her eyes and describe to me, what colour are her eyes? They're green. They're green. And as you look into the eyes being the windows to the soul, I want you now to really focus on your mother's eyes there, and as you look into the eyes of the windows of the soul, I want you to communicate mind to mind and soul to soul with the soul of your mother. And you'll just get a flickering image straight away and tell me, is your mother, or has your mother been in your life today? Who is she? That's right. Tell me, who is she? Speaking loud and clear. You don't know. Well, let's have a look at your father there. How do you feel about your father? Do you feel the same? Do you feel happy with your father?
It's okay. Very strict.
Your father is strict. And as you connect with the energy of your father and you look into his eyes, you'll be able to sense whether you've had previous lives with him before, and know whether he's been in this life with you at any time. He's your grandfather today. Very good. And your siblings, see them in a row and tell me, are they girls or boys? Two girls? Look at those girls and tell me. You'll know instantly. You'll just see that image, that flicker. Are any of those girls in your life today? Just your first impression. Your cousins, very good. And what about that brother? How old is your brother there in that life?
I am the brother.
You are the brother. Very good. So what I want to do now, Yakin, now I've got all that information, I want to close that scene so that we can move forward to another significant time in that life, but stay in the same timeline if you can. So what I want you to do now is I want you to close that scene and allow your mind to drift and float forward, drifting and floating forward in the same timeline. And I want you to go drifting, floating forward. Very good. Feel yourself drifting forward to another significant time in that life. And in a moment I'm going to count from 3 to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to be at that time. So when you're ready, 3, drifting and floating as it's coming in now. 2, getting stronger and stronger. And 1. Be there now. How old are you now, Yakin? Are you in the same body?
30.
You're 13.
30.
You're 30. And take a look around, Yakin. Are you still living in that hut?
No.
No?
No.
Describe to me What's going on? Speaking loud and clear.
Sandy beach.
You've got a sandy beach. Very good.
High mountains.
And high mountains. Are you still in Norway or have you moved?
I think I've moved.
You've moved. So as you connect with the land there and you feel the energy of the land, I just want you to feel yourself rising up, so that you go higher and higher and higher until you can actually see the whole of that land. And tell me, where is it that you're living now? What comes to mind?
Part of Scandinavia, but I don't know where.
Scandinavia. And what made you, Yakin, move to Scandinavia? I want you to be at the time when you moved there. What made you move?
I met someone.
You met someone?
And they're living with their family.
And you're living with her family? What's her name? Jerima? Jerima? Jerim? If I say Jerim, does that resonate with you? Very good, very good. And is this a good match with you and Jerim? Look at her, look in her eyes. Feel her energy.
It has to be.
It has to be, so it's a good match. And do you get on well with her family? Take a look at Jerim. And I want you to absorb her energy. Just feel her energy coming towards you and look into those eyes. Deep, 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 deep. Feeling that soul's energy. And tell me, is Jerim in your life now or has been? Have you worked together before?
Friend.
She's a friend. Very good. So, Yakin, what is your trade now? You're 30 years old. What kind of thing?
I still fish.
You're a fisherman? And is that your contribution to the family?
It is, yes.
Yeah, it is. Very good.
I'm making things.
Describe the kind of things that you make.
Things for the house.
Things for the house.
Things for the garden.
See? I see. So you're quite a craftsman? Yeah, very good. Well, Yakin, I want you to tell me in detail, why did you bring me to this particular scene in that life? What is so significant about this scene with Jerim and her family? So you brought me to a happy scene.
Happy. Not for long.
Happy but not for long. Tell me more. What happens? Just detached. So you're watching a movie.
I pass.
You pass.
Did you believe it?
At 35?
Some sort of accident.
Some sort of accident.
The water and fishing.
Okay. So totally detached from any pain, fear or emotion. I want you to see that last day there, Yakin. Yeah, knowing that you are a soul and a survivor. Just an observer of the scene. Describe to me What is happening there? You told me that there was an accident.
Fishing.
You're fishing? Were you fishing on your own? Or were
Yes.
yes. And describe this accident to me in detail. What happened?
A small boat.
A small boat?
Didn't make it, it was too far out.
Oh, I see.
Too far out, I shouldn't have gone that far.
So you went too far out in the sea and your boat didn't make it? So, knowing that your soul goes on, I just want you to lift your soul out of that body now. So that you're about 3 or 4 foot above the body, and as you're looking down at that body, tell me, how do you feel that that life went? How do you feel that contract was carried
I think
on?
hung on to the boat for a while.
You hung on to the boat for a while?
Nobody came to help, nobody knew. Oh, I'm so tired. So tired.
And as your soul now leaves that body and rises above the body, knowing that that body was just a vehicle, tell me, how did you feel? How do you feel that you did in that life? Did you carry out all your contract that you wanted to do in that life?
I think it was to support.
Your contract was to support family. And do you feel that you achieved that?
Yes.
So
yes, but there's something missing. I don't know what's missing, there's something missing.
Well, I want you to follow that thread.
Mm.
And as I tell you that there's something missing, you're going to connect with that thought and continue going down that thread and that thought pattern. You see it in front of you. Tell me what was missing. If you knew.
I think more kindness. It was a hard life, really hard.
So
hard and difficult.
You're saying that you could have spread more kindness, but it was a hard life.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, Yakin, now that you're out of that body and you're freed from that body to be that soul that you are, how do you feel now that you've lifted yourself out of that body? How does your energy feel now?
Quite strong.
A strong energy?
Radiating. All radiating. So much light.
Very good. And it's usual at this time that someone or something comes to collect you, Yakin. So I just want you to look around as I continue to talk and see if there's someone or something coming, getting closer and closer. And describe to me what you sense is happening now. Has someone come to collect you, or are you going on your own?
Oh, someone's come. I don't know quite who they are.
Well,
But I do know them.
Ask them to step closer. You don't have to know them.
Father?
Your father? Is it the father from this life, or the father from the life that you had?
From that life.
Your father from your life. Ask him to step forward, and as he does, I want you to step into his energy. And as you step in and embrace his energy, tell me, how do you feel?
Oh, it's lovely.
It's lovely.
Very strong.
And if he had a message for you, what would the message be as he's come to collect you? What would that message be?
You've not finished yet. You've not finished.
You've not finished. You have more lives to live.
More to do.
I want you to ask him now permission for me to travel with you. And as you float up and up and up with your father now, I want you to invite him to take you up to your soul group so that you can meet your soul family. And the more I talk, the lighter and lighter you become as you go higher and higher and higher. Drifting and floating and floating and drifting. All the way up through time and space. And I want you to imagine now that You're walking down a corridor, and behind each door in this corridor there is a group, a soul group. And somewhere along this corridor there is your group. Just feel yourself drifting and floating down this corridor, perhaps seeing the light from under the doors or hearing the odd thing. Very good. Until eventually you'll come to a stop in front of one of those doors. And I want you to describe that door to me, Yakin. What does it look like?
It's white.
It's white, Does
Gold
it?
handle, and it's got some glass in. It's painted glass.
Gold handle and some painted glass.
Top and the bottom.
Top and bottom. Tell me, do you push that door or pull that door to get into it?
No, it opens. It opens.
It opens on its own. Very good. I want you to feel yourself now just gliding through that door with your father, with me coming behind. And so you're entering your soul group there. And as you begin to connect now with the energy in that room and with all those souls there, tell me, how many souls do you sense that are there? You don't have to say 8 souls? Can you see them or do you sense them?
Can see some, can see some faces, can sense the rest of it.
You can see some faces and you can sense the rest. So as you're now just walking around connecting with these souls, just have them all in line and feel yourself glancing at each and every one of them until you settle on one that's more familiar than the rest. And describe that soul to me. What does it look like? Does it have a shape or a colour?
Yes, it's pink.
Pink? Is this an orb or is it the long shadow? Describe more detail for me.
Pink, tall, big tall.
Pink, tall,
Pink,
energy.
Wide. Oh, very deep pink. Oh, it's coming.
Just allow that energy to come closer to you.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's now with me.
Step into that energy and feel the energy and the love from that soul.
It surrounds me. It's
yeah.
Yes.
Tell me, if you knew the message, what message would it be from that soul?
Still more. More what?
There's still more.
More what?
Ask them to be more specific. Still more what? Still more souls? Still more work?
More to do.
There's still more to do.
Oh, more. You're not finished yet, oh dear. I want to finish. No, you can't. No.
You want to finish, you don't want to go back, but they're telling you...
You can't do that.
So what kind of things do you need to come back to Earth for after the life of Yakin? What is it for?
Teach. Spread the information.
Spread the information. Tell me more about that.
Think about spread the knowledge of goodness, of the spirits, of where we are, what we have to do,
Can I ask, is she doing that today in this life?
Trying.
Trying.
Very good.
So she's stepping forward. She's not going back, she's stepping forward. Can I ask, do we have permission to speak to her mother today?
Yes, of course.
You do. So as I connect with you now, I want you to call on your mother. Call on your mother's energy to come on the sound of my voice. Get her closer and closer. Feel her energy coming in now. And the more I talk, the stronger and stronger that energy is in front of you. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead, and when I tap you on the forehead, I want your mother to speak to me. 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, Mother. Do you have a message for my client? Loud and clear.
You're on the right path, but not finished. You're not finished yet. You're not finished yet.
On the right path, but not finished.
What is it? You know what it is. I don't know. You know what it is. No. Tell me what it is. Tell me.
Ask her to describe, to be more specific, so that you know exactly what it is that you are supposed to be doing on this path.
Still learning.
Well, that's a bit vague. What kind of things is she going to be doing? I mean, I do past life regression. What kind of things should she be doing? Be more specific.
It's the animal connection, isn't it?
Animal connections?
Yes.
Very good.
Working with them and healing them.
Working and healing with animals.
All animals. All what to do.
Mother, I want you to give a message to my client today about your passing. What kind of message are you sending her? You couldn't do anything. So what is your message to your daughter today? You couldn't do anything and stop grieving. Mother, I want to ask you, what kind of things can she do to help her now? To help lift her from this grief and these memories that she has? What would be best for her? How will she heal?
Put the past behind.
Put the past behind.
Leave it there. Throw it away. Put it away. Don't get it out.
To leave the past behind and throw it away and don't get it out. Can I ask you, Mum, does she hold any of that past in her body as energy? Just scan her body and tell me, where does she hold any memories that we can lift out of her body to tell her? It's in her heart. So I'm going to connect here with the heart. And I'm going to bring those memories forward and up into my hands. Mother, what I want you to do is I want you to go into this heart area of your daughter and begin, that's heavy, begin to start clearing out all these memories that she doesn't need anymore. Bringing them into my hand. They are very heavy. She's been depressed for a long time, hasn't she? Yeah. Keep bringing it up and up and up and up into my hand. And have I got all those memories now? Nearly. Just go in deeper now. And start pulling up the roots of those memories, just like you were pulling the roots of the weeds in the garden. They are a long time hurt there. Bring it up, because you don't need to carry this anymore. Your mother is saying let go. She's given you permission to let go now.
Yes, yes.
Bring it up there. All those last roots. Nice and steady. The more I talk, the weaker and weaker those roots become.
Yes.
Have I got them all now?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Wow, that's a heavy amount of emotion here. So I'm going to take that away from you and I'm going to offer that up to the universe. And may the light of the universe always accompany you. Mother, what can we replace in this heart? More love. More love. If love had a colour, what colour would it be?
Oh, it'd be pink again.
It'd be pink. So as I place my hand here now, I want to be able to call on that pink ray, that amethyst from Spirit, and see the liquid energy in spirit form coming down now. And as I press my hand here on your heart, I want you to imagine that my hand is a hose. And you've got quite a lot of people coming in to help you here. And they're all stood around now with intention to pouring in all that pink energy, just like a pink rainbow pouring straight into your heart. And the more I talk, just feel that energy going in deeper and deeper and filling all those roots now with love and happy memories. See now your heart is healing and how happy your mother is now that she's helped you release all those memories. The more I talk, the more you need, the more you shall have. Just feel it pouring in and in and in. Until it's completely full, and I'm going to tap you on the forehead. Now what I want to do is, I want to close the scene from the soul group now. And I want to be able to speak to my client's inner self. So as you take a nice deep breath now, I want my client just to step away slightly from my body and allow her inner self, her subconscious mind, to step forward and use her voice today. Good afternoon, inner self. Are you a male energy or a female energy?
I'm male.
You're male? And tell me, do you have a name that I can call you? Bring it forward, I know you've got a name. Preta?
Petra.
Oh, Petra? Preta? Petra. Petra. When I say Petra, does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Very good. Petra, how many lives have you had with my client?
I think 6.
6? 6 lives. Tell me, Petra, what is it that you're working on with her?
To take forward her spirituality. She's not there yet.
Speak loud and clear to me. Spirituality.
She's not there yet.
Yeah.
Still time.
Spirituality.
Time. Need to move forward.
So she needs to move forward.
Develop.
To develop. How is she going to develop?
Needs to connect more with the spirits. Needs to be more open. Why is it not happening? Why does she not see the signs?
tell me, why does she not see the signs? When you say she doesn't see the signs, tell me what signs that are you putting in front of her that she doesn't seem to be seeing at the moment? See that image come?
Different things in the skies. And
So there's signs in the skies.
it's right in front of her.
Uh-huh.
Hearing things.
Hearing things.
You don't take attention to the hearing things. You don't pay attention.
You're telling me she doesn't pay attention to the hearing things? Mm-hmm.
Getting there with the gut instinct. Getting better.
Getting better with a gut instinct.
And
So how can she concentrate on focusing on the hearing? What does she need to do in
needs
order
to do more
to...
meditation, needs to clear her mind, it's too cluttered, far too much doing.
Okay, so she needs to meditate more?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And regularly, not just every now and again, to hear me.
Regularly?
To hear me, you need to open your ears. Open your ears, there's talking, they're talking. And you're not listening. They wake you up, you're not listening. Open your ears, open your eyes a bit more. You're not seeing.
When you say open your ears, I know we look at the ears physically, do you mean open the senses to what what the thoughts are coming through?
And the hearing, the actual talking.
Mm-hmm.
What are they talking about? They're talking to you, not listening.
So to be trust and believe in your instincts?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sad thing.
Yeah? Well, what I want to do, Petra, is I want to do a body scan now. And it's just a bit like an X-ray, really. We want to start at the top of the head, and we just want to scan down the body, and you're going to be able to sense areas of the body where the energy just doesn't feel quite right, and we're going to be able to go back and examine that and see what we can do. So what I want you to start at the top of the head, and I want you to go into the top of the head now. Very good. Going down the scalp, down the jaw, around that throat area, around the right of the throat area there. And as we go down the body now, down into the torso and the heart, into the abdomen area, feel yourself going from one side of the hips to the other, down the thighs to the knees, all the way down to the feet. And just feel yourself scanning all the way back up. And tell me, Petra, is there anywhere that I can work in the body today? Where shall we start?
Feet.
There's feet.
And the ankle.
The feet and the ankle. Petra, tell me the energy in the feet and the ankles. Describe them to me. What do they feel like? What's the emotion?
It's all heavy.
It's heavy. Tell me, is this emotion, this heavy emotion that's down there, is that from something that's happened in this life, or is it from a previous life?
No, I think it's from
Previous life.
Yes.
So what I want to do, Petra, I want to be able to connect with that energy, so I'm coming down here now. Is it more in the left foot than the right? Yeah. They're out of balance, aren't they? Yeah, I can feel that.
Can't walk properly. Can't walk properly.
Well, what I want is I want to know exactly where this memory is coming from, so I'm going to bring it up towards the throat so that it can express itself and tell me just exactly what is going on.
That's a long time ago. A long time ago.
So when you're ready, I'm going to bring that up, 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 up to the throat. So tell me, in that life, were you male or female? Or is this your life, or is it somebody else?
Male. Fighting. What was that?
Who are you fighting? See yourself there fighting.
Oh. Oh, another clan.
You're in a clan?
Nasty, nasty, nasty. And did some damage to the ankles.
It was a nasty fight and you did
Yes.
some damage to your ankles. How
Yes.
old were you there?
Oh, only 20.
You're only 20. What was your name? Bruff. Well, Bruff, tell me, why didn't you go to Spirit when you had the chance? Why are you hiding in those feet down there?
Well, I don't know.
Did you know that you can go to Spirit? Do you know who's waiting for you?
Oh.
Can you see that image of someone who's waiting for you?
Yes.
Yeah?
The beckoning, but I can't.
Who is it?
We're not there.
Who is it that's there waiting?
Great grandfather.
Your great grandfather. You're going to be able to connect to him, mind to mind and soul to soul, and get that message. What is he saying to you there, Bruff?
Come on, what you doing there? Come on, love. But no, you can't stay there. No. You need to come with me.
Yeah. So, Bruff, are you ready to go with him?
Yes.
Bruff, have you got a heavy chest?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you can take that back with you as well. Bruff, before you go, I want you to tell me what symptoms are you causing my client today?
Joints.
Oh,
Not good.
So you're causing a joint pain?
And not good. Just not good.
Chest. So you're actually expressing yourself by putting your character onto her character and giving her this chest. Is that where I'm feeling that energy from?
Yes.
Because I can barely breathe.
Yes.
Okay, so Bruff, are you ready to go with your grandfather back to Spirit?
Well,
you can heal all these feet and this chest pain if you go back with your grandpa. It might be time. Very good. So what I want you to do, Bruff, is I want you to go down back into these feet here. And I want you to collect all your memory now. So as I place my hands here, knowing my hands are like a magnet, and the more I talk, the stronger and stronger my hands become. And all this energy of that lifetime of you fighting, of you injuring your feet, Bruff, I want you to bring all those memories into my hands because your grandfather's ready. You need to collect all your luggage and let's go home with your grandfather. So have I got all that memory of you now in my hands?
yes.
Wow. Just take one more double check because... Did you have asthma, Bruff?
Yes.
Yes, I can feel it.
Yes.
Go and make sure that you've got all that memory of that. Go into every cell and fibre of her body now. And with intention, I want you to draw any memories of that asthma out and bring them into my hands. Oh, it's making me. So are we ready to go now?
Yes.
Yeah. So, rough. I'm going to gather all that energy into my hand. I'm going to call on Goddess Isis to come down and take that energy from me, and may the light of the universe always accompany me, and to express that up from my chest. Thank you very much. Thank you. And now, Petra, can you tell me what can we replace in these feet? What energy is best suited? Do we have a word or a colour or a sound?
Green energy.
Green energy.
Grass energy.
Grass energy. So I'll call on Archangel Raphael to come down on the colour ray green, that pure energy of nature, of love, of calm and relaxation, and just feel that wonderful energy from Raphael. His very essence just pouring into your feet, and see how he begins to soothe and heal all these muscles, going into these fibres now. That's right. See how he goes around every joint, and every joint that he touches with the energy just becomes more relaxed and lighter and lighter. And feel now how he's connecting into the chest area, pouring in all that love and energy into this heart, into the lungs. Very good. And I'm going to tap you on the forehead and seal that in. Petra, is there anywhere else that we can work in the body today? Just check around and
Yes. Yes, of course. On the knees.
on the knees. Is that
Yeah.
both knees?
Yes, they are not good.
They're not good. Very good. So as I connect with the energy in the knees, Petra, tell me, what kind of emotion do you feel? What kind of energy is this?
That's yellow. Yellow.
Yellow. Describe this yellow to me. What does this colour yellow mean to you? Is it an energy? It's an energy.
Sparks.
Mm-hmm.
Energy sparks.
Energy sparks. Well, I want to know what those energy sparks are doing down here, so I'm going to bring all their energy. Tell me, is it more in the left knee than the right?
No, the right.
It's in the right. I'm getting the opposite balance then.
They're both bad.
Yeah.
They're both not good. That's
Well, I want to know why this energy's here, so I'm going to bring it up to the throat. Talk to me, energy. Tell me, why are you there?
Oh. Well, it was to do with fighting again.
Fighting again?
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
So no wonder they just kicked me knees. Kicked me. No wonder it's not right.
They kicked your knees in?
Mm-hmm. It's not right. Then it was never right. Then I couldn't walk.
And then you couldn't walk.
That's awful.
Mm-hmm. What life was this? Was this a different life?
Yes. This.
So, were you male or female in
Male.
that? You were male.
Male.
What country did you live in that life?
Europe, but Europe where?
Europe?
Europe.
So why were they fighting you?
There were gangs.
Oh, there were gangs?
They were bored.
Oh.
No food, no.
So you had no food?
Nothing, nothing.
What was your name? What was you called in that life? Crag?
Kurak. Had no money. Pinched things. Had to pinch things to eat.
So you had no money and you had to steal. And so why didn't you take this energy back to spirit? Why have you brought it into this body?
Oh, well, I was just there and just didn't move. Why did it not move? Why? I didn't want to move. I couldn't move. I had to do this. I don't know.
So are you ready to move back up to spirit now? Because you know when you get up there that there's going to be everybody there to support and heal you. Would you like to be healed now, Cora?
Yes.
So this energy in the throat is causing her tiredness.
Aches.
And aches.
Dizziness. Can't walk, can't speak.
Can't walk, can't speak, can't think.
Can't understand.
You can't understand. So tell me, energy, where were you before you came into this body? Were you a part of something else? Or were you just hanging around?
I was just waiting for the opportunity. I was waiting around, but I was waiting. Why was I waiting? I don't know why I was waiting. I just needed to get in somewhere. I just needed to do something. Needed to get in.
So you just needed to get into a light source?
Yes.
Yeah? Did you not know that you have your own light source there? And you can just go back to spirit at any time?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, energy. Just see yourself now as an energy ball, and everybody has a spark of light within them. It's a spark of the God source.
Yes.
And see yours in the centre of your body now. No, it doesn't really matter how dim it is, just see it there. And I want you to expand it so it gets brighter and brighter and bigger and bigger. So you can actually feel your own energy and your own light and your own power. So you don't really need to be in my client, do you? Stuck in the throat. I could feel you in there from the beginning.
No.
So are you ready to leave now you know you've got your own power?
Yes, if I have to. I will go.
Very good. It'll be good for her soul if you leave now. Before you leave, would you like to give her a message?
Don't despair. Don't despair. Stop it. Stop thinking.
So she needs to think more positively?
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you very much for working with me today, and I just want you to allow yourself to lift up now out of the body. That's right. And I'm going to call on Archangel Michael now to fill this neck with the strength of his sword and feel that blue energy that comes from Archangel Michael going deep into the throat area now. That's right, filling up all this energy, giving her the strength to be able to express herself, to love herself and think positive. Very good, and I'm going to tap on the forehead and seal that in. I want you to take another look at the body, Petra, and tell me if there is anything else that we can work on the body today, or shall I get to the questions?
I think I just have aching joints.
You'll know why you have those aching joints. And as I say that word, aching joints, I want you to connect with the thread And tell me, what was the cause of these aching joints? See yourself there now. Are we able to release that negative energy around our joints?
We need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We need that.
Okay, I'm going to call on. Wow, that's quite strong, isn't it? That ache. I'm going to call on spiritual surgeons now to come down and work with me. And I want you to choose how many spiritual surgeons we need to be able to work today. 5, yeah? So the more I talk, the stronger and stronger that energy will become until you feel them around the couch now. And I want you to describe these spiritual surgeons to me. What kind of different qualities do they bring? What do they look like and what qualities do they bring?
One is very knowledgeable. Oh, got such a lot in the brain.
Yeah? And what about the other 4?
One sees more than the others.
One sees more than the others.
Sees more than the others.
Mm-hmm.
One is more able to use instruments quite delicately.
Instruments delicately. Mm-hmm.
And one has an overall seeing of everything it processes.
Mm-hmm.
And one understands where to go first.
Understands where to go first. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to connect with the psychic surgeon there that understands where to go first, and I want him to direct the others to our first port of support. So where is he taking you in this body?
To my elbow.
Your elbow? Is that the left or the right?
Left.
To the left. Mm-hmm. So as I connect with this, describe to me what happens in this elbow. Why are they working on this elbow?
Because it bends and then aches really a lot, and then sometimes can't straighten.
Sometimes you can't straighten it.
So then it needs to be looser.
Mm-hmm. We'll see them now as they work on this elbow, and see that they're using a light energy that they can beam into this elbow, and it can recalibrate all the nerves and the system around here and the messages to the brain. See how it's working now, how it's softening and it's unraveling.
Yes, yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Have we done that now?
Yes.
And where else on the body now that we've done that, please? Can we work? Is it in the lower spine on the right?
Yes, I do have. There's problems there sometimes.
Yeah, I could feel that.
Sometimes.
So what I want to do now is come here, place my hand here, and I want you to allow all that negative energy now to pour into my hand, and as it's pouring into my hand, just feel the surgeons working on this area now, just lifting and soothing and filling you full of energy. And I'm going to take that negative energy from you. Very good. Take a look at the body now and tell me, how do these joints look?
Aye, they look a lot better.
They look a lot better. Very good. So I know that we can't actually do too much in one go because it'll be a shock on the body. So we've done quite a bit today. So Petra, I want to get to the questions. And my client wants to know if she's learned enough in this life.
No.
She has much to learn.
So much more. She needs to understand what she has learned it.
So tell me, who are her guides then to be able to help her with this? See them in front of you. How many? See that
I
many?
see 3.
3. Describe these guides to me. What do they look like?
One's a monk, very old, very old.
A very old monk.
Big bags under his eyes. And then, as well as that, there's 3 little Buddhist children. 3 who sometimes watch. Oh, they watch me sometimes.
3 Buddhist children.
And then I have a Chinese man with a hat. A Chinese man with a hat.
A Chinese man with a hat.
Little Chinese man with a hat.
The monk, what kind of strengths does he provide?
He's very tall and powerful. He has a spear. He has a staff.
He has a staff.
Staff of strength.
Strength. He provides strength. What about these 3 young Buddha children?
I think that's for the brain, for giving understanding, giving knowledge. They want to give me knowledge.
They're giving you knowledge, so she's bringing more knowledge. Just what they say she needs. And this Chinese man with his hat, what qualities does he bring to her?
He's watching over and giving bit of protection. I think it's just he's there. He's got the seeing eye. He knows what's going to happen. So he's just
observing and protecting
in the background there, but watching.
Very good. It's not a question that I normally ask, but my client wants to ask the age of death. Does she have permission to know that?
No.
I didn't think so for 1 minute. Now I want you to follow my thoughts as I talk to you, and I give you 3 words, and this is Romans, water, and bridges. Romans, water, and bridges. And tell me what this means to my client.
Romans, I was there. I lived there.
She lived there? What year did she live there? I'm going to tap you on the forehead and you're going to see a number, 321. What year?
932.
932. Was she male or female?
Male.
She was male. Very good. And tell me about the water and the bridges. What's the connection?
Water is nice to look at, but I don't want to be in it.
Tell me why you don't want to be in it.
I don't want to drown.
You don't want to
I
drown.
don't want to drown. I don't want to breathe underwater. I don't want to breathe underwater. No.
Is that how you passed in one of your lives? Breathing under, trying to breathe underwater?
I think so.
So you're happy just to watch?
To watch the water. The bridges are beautiful.
Beautiful.
They mean something to my eyes. I don't know what, but they do mean
Well, let's
something.
connect that with that, because that's just half detail. As you connect with these bridges and you know that they mean something to your eyes, I want you to go deeper and deeper. I want you to go down that storyline. 3, 2, 1. And tell me, what is this connection with the bridge that she has?
I think I built them on paper.
You built them on paper, so you
Did I
drafted them?
create them?
Yeah.
Different bridges to see. Different things
Mm-hmm.
from the bridges. Oh.
So you were an engineer in that time? Very good. Can I ask about my client's soul contract? What is it that she contracted to do in this life?
I'm still not clear.
Mm-hmm. So as I continue to talk, and on the sound of my voice, and you're going deeper and deeper into the intention of knowing what your contract is today. Just keep going down and down until you see yourself. Until you see yourself at the beginning of this contract.
Yes.
So what is your contract for today?
Yes. It was to spread the word, be clear,
To spread the word.
Encourage
Mm-hmm.
love. Not much around the day. Not much around.
To spread the
Lots
word.
of love, lots of nastiness going on. Keep away from it, keep away. How can you do that? How can you disconnect from it? No.
So she has to keep her boundaries high in order to disconnect from that?
Yes,
Yeah.
keep away from the awful people.
Mm-hmm.
Awful, horrible people. How do you do that? How can you make things help to make the world understand? I don't need the hate and the violence. I don't need that. Why do I need it? Oh, frustrating. Can't do it all. Can't do it all. Oh no, she won't finish this contract.
She won't finish it all in this contract?
No.
So she'll have to come down and
Yes.
just revisit a few things?
Yes.
Well, sometimes that does happen, doesn't it, when we have such a big task. So, I want you to connect with her eye. Connect with the eyes there. And I want you to go around the backs of the eyes. And I want you to feel yourself just moving from the left to the right and going around the backs of the eyes. Tell me what's going on. What's happening with those eyes?
Let's see.